Jignesh Mewani, independent supported by the Congress, is leading at the moment. So the good news for the Congress is coming in from Jignesh Mewani, from Sanand, but it is not being able to make the kind of dents that it hoped to make in North Gujarat. Yes.
North Gujarat, there seems to be a tough fight between the BJP and the Congress.
Yes.
But Saurashtra, very interestingly, the BJP seems to be surging ahead.
Right. And we've really worked that out. If the BJP surges ahead in Saurashtra, it's game, set and match. Then I think it's more or less certain that the BJP is forming the next government. Without Saurashtra, the Congress has no chance. So the early leads that the Congress had were in Saurashtra, but those are now being whittled away with the BJP. Can you give us a sense of, in Saurashtra, what the position is as of now? If we look at district-wise figures, or if we look at figures of the overall tally at the moment, it is clear region-wise that in North Gujarat, for example, we are having a bit of a tough fight. But in Saurashtra, it appears to me that the Congress is not making the kind of gains that they had hoped for initially. Let's go to Sahil Joshi. Sahil, what expectations on ground zero at the moment? Early trends, 59 to the BJP, 40 for the Congress.
Yeah, and most importantly, all the leaders which were expected to have a tough contest are leading at this point of time. So it seems to be a good news for the BJP. And we have with us Arshad Patel, who is a media in charge of the BJP's headquarters in Gandhinagar, Kamlam. Arshad भाई, कितने लोग यहाँ पर आएंगे? हमने सुना था कि विजय भाई भी यहाँ पर आएंगे, या फिर 12 बजे तक का इंतजार किया जाएगा? कौन कौन यहाँ पर रहेगा और किस तरीके से आपने प्लान करके रखा है?
जैसे कि हमारे प्रदेश के महामंत्री जो केसी पटेल हैं और मनसुख भाई मांडविया भी अभी आ रहे हैं, और प्रवक्ता लोग और हमारे पैनलिस्ट भी यहाँ पर हैं। कार्यकर्ता गांधीनगर और अहमदाबाद के लोग आएंगे, और जो बड़े लीडर हैं सीएम, डिप्टी सीएम, उनके अपने मत विस्तार में जाएंगे, फिर बाद में आने वाले की पूरी संभावना है।
तो फूक पर कदम रखेंगे कि पूरा जोश के साथ तैयार हैं?
पूरा जोश के साथ, हमें पूरा आत्मविश्वास है। गुजरात की जनता का आशीर्वाद हम पर रहने वाला है। हम छठी बार गुजरात में भाजपा की सरकार बनाएंगे।
देखिए, अर्ली ट्रेंड्स हैं, लेकिन विजय भाई लीड कर रहे हैं, नितिन भाई लीड कर रहे हैं, आपके जो बाकी नेता है वो लीड कर रहे हैं। जो नॉर्थ गुजरात में अभी भी आपकी स्थिति ठीक बनी हुई है, लेकिन ये अर्ली ट्रेंड्स हैं। क्या इसी से उम्मीद बंधाई हुई है कि अभी थोड़ा इंतजार करना चाहिए? हमको लगता है
ट्रेंड आगे जाके रिजल्ट तक जाएगा, तो और जिस तरह से ओपिनियन और एग्जिट पोल बता रहे थे, तो उससे काफी आगे तक हमारा रिजल्ट जाएगा।
चलो ठीक है। सो बेसिकली ही इज स्टिल कॉन्फिडेंट, ही थिंक्स दैट they will perform better than what the exit polls have predicted. But at the BJP headquarters at this point of time, I can say, Rajdeep, you can see here that they have already prepared for a celebration. I mean they are ready for the celebration. They know that somewhere the situation is in their favor, but yet they are not yet ready to say openly that yes, we are going to celebrate. They are going to wait for some more trends. Maybe in hours time, if the situation still is in favor of BJP, it looks the situation will completely change. The people who are talking to us right now in a better tone, I think that the tone will also change. So we'll have to wait for some more time, for at least an hour, and after that we'll come to know whether the BJP is really leading at this point of time in Gujarat, and as they are expecting that they will do better than what the exit polls are predicting. The exit polls have predicted earlier.
Well, I can tell you the one place where clearly there seems to be a trend emerging at the moment, and this is an early trend, is Saurashtra. Remember, Saurashtra is where the Congress needs to do well to actually make any dent in the BJP's fortress of Gujarat. But in the 4 leads that we had, 3 had gone to the BJP and 1 had gone to the Congress. More importantly, Alpesh Thakur, Shakti Singh Goyal and Arjun Modwadia are trailing. Now, Arjun Modwadia has lost Porbandar in the past. Shakti Singh Goyal has changed his constituency from Bhavnagar to move. He's now leading. But at the moment, the fact is that their leaders are in tough fights. So, Saurashtra is not going the way the Congress had hoped for. It's 75 is playing 47 at the moment. Remember, halfway point is 92. Surjit Bhalla is joining me at the moment with a smile on his face. Surjit, what was your number? 125?
Yeah, if there's a smile, it's only because I want to be right, just like you want to be right.
Yes.
So my number was 120 to 130.
Yes, your number was 120 to 130. We've got 75 leads for the BJP, 47 for the Congress. But remember, these are very early leads, just most of them postal ballots. Your sense, are we going to see a split state? Do you believe waves don't spread from one corner of the state to the other, that Saurashtra Kutch is voting very differently to North Gujarat. North Gujarat, it is a tight race. Both sides are winning an equal number of
North
seats.
Gujarat, the trends are clearly showing an equal number
of
for the
seats.
BJP and Congress.
Yes.
But I think the good news for the BJP is that the early trends in Saurashtra and Kutch
Yes.
are very clearly favouring the BJP, and the Congress is not doing as well as in our exit poll we thought it would
Which
do.
means if these trends hold that the BJP will go past 110.
Yes.
Which also means that there could be a counter Patel consolidation. There are about 18 seats in Saurashtra where the Kohlis make a difference, and they are more than 20%. Now the fact is the Congress has relied on Patels who are about 15%, but they forget that there could be a counter consolidation. But the point I was trying to get from you, Dr. Bhalla, can there be a statewide wave or can there be a region-wise wave? Could we see a mirror cracked in Gujarat this time?
Historically, my sense is that things go one way.
Either
so it is
across
very, very
regions.
difficult. Remember, these are neighboring communities, they're the same people, etc.
Yes.
So you have to have a very different argument that somehow the economy affected some region differently or something else. I don't think that generally happens. So whatever the trend is in one part, generally trends to others. Now maybe Gujarat is an exception this time.
We've got Himachal also coming through now. Himachal clearly, the trend which is emerging is BJP all the way. At the moment, the BJP leading in what? 11 seats in Himachal, the Congress in 7 of the 20. But Himachal, across Himachal, Kangra district, lower and upper Himachal, the BJP is leading in all areas.
In Mandi, Kangra and Shimla, the leads are all a majority of the leads are with the BJP.
So the BJP looking strong at the moment in Himachal Pradesh, leading 11-7. But the point I'm trying to make, should we be looking at Saurashtra Kutch to decide this election? Once the BJP starts making gains there, then given their strength in South and Central Gujarat, this should be game, set and match sooner rather than later.
We are missing one very important point in Saurashtra and Kutch.
Yes.
You know, the maximum huge development which Mr. Modi did during his tenure and which was continued afterwards, that coastal development. So Kutch and the coastal development which goes all through Saurashtra.
Yes.
Maximum advantage to that area has gone. So I think that should reflect.
Saurashtra is now tightening. Saurashtra is now tightening. It's equal at the moment between Congress, others and BJP. Now remember, Saurashtra 54 seats, 49 in Saurashtra, 5 in Kutch. Of these 54, the BJP had won 38 last time and the Congress had won just 13 and 3 were others. So it is critical for the Congress to double its tally at the very least in Saurashtra. They have to double that tally to have any chance of coming close to that magical mark of 92. That is going to be the critical factor at the moment, because in North Gujarat, it's a tight fight. Central, we are not getting too many results at the moment. Are we getting first?
In Central and South, very clearly, BJP is ahead of the Congress. Very clearly.
And Central was important because of the 40 seats in Central Gujarat, the Congress held 18 last time, the BJP held 21 last time. Now, the Congress could lose big in Central Gujarat. And this is where the tribal vote will matter. Dahod was an area where the Congress had won all 6 seats last time. Declared a smart city now by Prime Minister Modi. Remember also that in Kheda, traditional Congress belt, Congress had won 6 of the 7 seats in Kheda in Central Gujarat. This time, on the other hand, Shankar Singh Waghela has left. Raju Parmar, who heads the Amul cooperative, has left and actually become a BJP candidate. The maximum dent the Congress suffered when MLAs left were in Central Gujarat. So Central Gujarat, bad news for the Congress is coming. Not surprising. South Gujarat, average margin was 20% lead for the BJP last time. They had won 27 of the 35 seats in South Gujarat. So we expect at the moment the BJP 85 seats to 52. Clearly pushing ahead now, marching ahead towards that 100 mark and possibly crossing 92 any time now. This means early advantage clearly in the first 45 minutes has come to the BJP, propelled by what's happening in South, what's happening in Central Gujarat, divided in North, divided in Saurashtra. 85 is playing 52 at the moment. Yes, Dr. Bhalla.
Yeah, I was going to say that normally what sophrologists do and pollsters, that you look at the region where, exactly what he was saying, you look at the region where one party was the strongest and weakest.
Yes.
So if South, the BJP was the weakest last time, if you look at the trend there in terms of margins as well as in terms of winning, then you can forecast, that's how they normally do, then you can forecast for the rest of the state. The assumption being, if in a bad state or bad region for the particular party you're doing well, then that will easily spill over to the rest of it.
Okay, interesting where we are getting the numbers from. Navsari, at the moment, Piyush Bhai, Dinkar Bhai Desai leading. South Gujarat, Navsari, BJP leading. Patan, North Gujarat, Ranchod Bhai Desai leading. Remember, Patan is the kind of bellwether seat the Congress needs to win. This is where these Patan, Mehsana, to my mind, are the two critical districts. If the Congress cannot take Patan and Mehsana, Congress cannot win this election. It's as simple as that. Those are the kind of seats they need to win at the moment. Again, Mr. Arjun Modwadia is trailing against his old rival, Babubhai Bokharia. He's lost to him in the past, but if Arjun Modwadia, senior Congress leader, starts trailing, that's trouble for the Congress. Vijay Rupani holding his own despite prediction that he was in a tough fight in Rajkot West at the moment. The Congress's leads at the moment are primarily coming in from Dwarka. Interesting. Ahir Meraman Marki is leading there in Dwarka. Ankleshwar, and this is why South Gujarat is a complete domination of the BJP. Ishwar Singh Patel leading in Ankleshwar. South Gujarat completely being dominated at the moment by the Bharatiya Janata Party. Vadodara city, reserved seat. Remember, there are 11 reserved seats in Gujarat for SCs. Bharatiya Janata Party, Manisha Vakil, not surprising, is leading. Vadodara was dominated by the BJP. Yes.
We are also getting a lead from Himachal. The BJP leader in Himachal, Satpal Singh Sati, is leading.
Yes.
That's the only lead we are getting from Himachal at the moment.
I should tell Tom Vadakan, just about 10 minutes ago, you were telling me about a cliffhanger, how the Congress was going to win. As of now, the BJP is pulling ahead 86 to 53, and you are not making dents in the areas that you need to. Mehsana, Patan, without these areas, you cannot win this election, Tom Vadakan.
Hello, I couldn't hear your question.
Perfect. You couldn't hear the question when I really wanted you to answer.
Problem?
The question that I want to tell you, Tom Vadakan, is the BJP has begun to lead.
Rajdeep, I have an audio problem.
Okay, if you have an audio problem, the Congress has an even more severe problem. They're losing seats now. So we'll leave it there with you, Tom Vadakan. But Narendra Taneja, 86 is playing 53, 140 leads out of 182, 42 more to go. Even by proportion, if I look at it, the BJP could end up somewhere around what it got last time if these results hold. Will that be seen as good enough for you to claim Narendra Modi, Amit Shah invincible?
Well, I told you wait for 60 minutes and you started seeing the results, and my Congress colleague can't, he has audio problem already. So you see, as I said, that we are getting more than what we got last time, and we will be getting close to, as we said, between 130 and 150, and we are forming the government comfortably, and that's a mandate that people are giving to us, to continue delivering only on one thing, and that is development. Because in Gujarat, people are rejecting dynastic rule, they are rejecting corruption, they are rejecting, this caste politics, caste polarization, and they basically want to stay on with what they are more familiar with, and that is the BJP's agenda of development. Despite the kind of propaganda done by Congress party, they are being rejected, as you can already see from the trends.
I want to just tell you something to also prick your balloon, sir. Sir, Narendra Taneja ji. You also need to hold on, because I've got 12 leads now in Saurashtra, which are confirmed leads. The Congress is leading in 8. There is a story building up in Saurashtra. Please understand, this is an area which you dominated last time. You were leading last time, if you remember, in Saurashtra in as many as 38 constituencies. This time it looks like you will not repeat Saurashtra's success. And if you don't, it will be tough for you to reach 115. That is another story. You may make the gains in Central, but they may be offset by the losses you may suffer in Saurashtra and possible losses in North Gujarat as well. So it could appear that you may not do as well as last time. You're at 89 for now. You're approaching that magic halfway point of 92. So I would suggest that hold back the jalebis for just a little while. I will provide you the gathiyas in half an hour once you're certain of winning. But look, this is an election which is fascinating. What is happening increasingly is what we suspected. 4 different parts of Gujarat are voting differently. South Gujarat is heavily towards the BJP. Central Gujarat heavily towards the BJP. North Gujarat split. Saurashtra and Kutch are voting for the Congress as of now.
If you look at the leads, Rajdeep, in South Gujarat and Central Gujarat, clearly the BJP is going ahead, and that accounts for a large part of this 87. But if you look at the Saurashtra region, the Congress seems to be having more leads than the BJP in the Saurashtra region, and that explains the 60. So as more leads from Saurashtra come in, this picture could well undergo some change.
You know, that's what I want to be very cautious, because we've been bitten very badly in the past.
In Bihar.
And therefore, in Bihar in particular, what is happening in this election? Trying to explain this to our viewers. 4 different regions of Gujarat as of now are voting slightly differently. Saurashtra, Kutch voted strongly with the BJP in 2012. As of now, the Congress has taken the early lead. North Gujarat, outside Ahmedabad, is becoming a razor sharp fight, as it was in 2012, where the Congress had a marginal edge. Central Gujarat, where it was 50-50 virtually last time, the BJP has taken a strong lead. That might offset the losses they suffer in Saurashtra and Kutch. We don't know how big those losses though will be. South Gujarat is staying with the BJP for now, but there's a story there. I'm trying to understand. Adivasi pockets, central and south have the Adivasi, 27 seats there. Last time Congress won 15, BJP 11. That could change. Is there a story there as well? One of the subplots, Raj, that, we often see the BJP as a party which is not, which doesn't make dents in Dalit, Adivasi area. These were traditional Congress strongholds. Is that all changing slowly?
Well, it's too early to say any of these things. And if you look at the figures now, they don't really, it could be a close fight.
Yes, but could India be changing?
But what you're seeing is clearly an urban-rural divide.
Yes, very sharp urban-rural divide.
And that can be there. And if you look at some of I think Shastri ji would be better. You were putting your hand up to say something just now.
I was just mentioning this. If you look at the strongholds,
yes,
in the Congress strongholds, the Congress seems to be holding on to some of its strongholds. But when you look at BJP strongholds, in many of the BJP strongholds, you have actually a Congress lead happening. So this 58, 59, 60, which are the
strongholds? Which are the strongholds of the BJP where the BJP is trailing at the moment?
One, I'll give you the details.
Because the fact is that the BJP strongholds, remember, were in urban Gujarat. Now, in urban Gujarat, traditionally, we've seen that the BJP has dominated. They won 45 of the 55 last time. So we are waiting to see how the BJP actually does in these urban strongholds of theirs. These are the Congress strongholds at the moment. The Congress is retaining the one stronghold that it has at the moment. But the BJP strongholds, if I look at, the BJP is again divided. 6 BJP strongholds with the party, but 6 have switched to the Congress. And all of these 6 are at the moment, as of now, in Saurashtra. The real story for the Congress is coming in Saurashtra and Kutch. And this is showing, Zafar Sareshwala, that your vibrant Gujarat has not for some reason extended to Saurashtra.
It's not vibrating in Saurashtra.
No, it's not vibrating, but it is rural distress. It is agrarian distress plus Patel anger. Yeah. It's a double
that's what I came, again, that this is first time we are seeing an election.
Yes.
Because the Hardiks, the Mewanis and the Jignesh were not there. And they rallied with Rahul Gandhi.
No, but hold on. Alpesh, Jignesh and Hardik were supposed to be primarily dominant in North Gujarat. Now you are seeing in Saurashtra. So there is something else happening in Saurashtra.
Hardik did very well in Saurashtra.
That's true. The Congress did very well there in district.
The kind of people he was getting,
he got the crowd, but he's from North Gujarat. He's from North Gujarat. The point I'm trying to make is that the areas where traditionally the BJP has dominated since 2002 in Saurashtra are switching to the Congress for the first time.
What are the leads in Saurashtra?
So Congress it is now becoming very clear, Surjit, and maybe you can then give us from your numbers, since you look at the big picture. 38 seats last time in Saurashtra were with the BJP. The leads that we are getting at the moment show the Congress leading in about
11. Double the seats compared to the BJP.
Yeah, so the Congress is doubling its seats compared to the BJP. BJP is leading in about 8, the Congress in about 16 in Saurashtra. So the Congress is leading 2-1 in Saurashtra. Extrapolate that to 54, it could be a reverse of 2012 in Saurashtra. Does that give the Congress any hope, or do you still see this as 87-60 game set and possibly match to the BJP because of what's happening in Central and South?
Yeah, so you take, if you extrapolate what is happening in Saurashtra to the rest of the state, then clearly the Congress is doing very well.
Yes.
And would be a much closer fight than what is indicated.
Yes.
However, we are getting, that's what one needs, what is happening in the quote-unquote BJP strongholds.
Right.
Or the Congress weakest points.
In South Gujarat, the trends are
so the
largely
two will cancel
BJP,
each other.
But in Central Gujarat, the fight is tough. Both are having leads.
So now Central is becoming an interesting, and really, if the Congress has to have any hope in this election, this is where they have to make up and at least retain what they got last time. Remember, 40 seats in Central. Congress had 18 last time. We have 7 leads now for Central. BJP is leading leading in 4, and the Congress is 4 and 4. 4 to the BJP, 4 to the Congress. So if central Gujarat stays with the in this manner, then we are in for a real fight. Because then the Congress's gains in Saurashtra will offset any losses that they suffer in South and Central. Then we are really in for a fight. And this could go to the wire.
Also, Congress is taking a few.
The South Gujarat.
You can see it now in our
You
figures.
can see the numbers are closing in. 150, the Congress leading in 64, 84 leads to the BJP. So we are having a tightening of the race. This has not happened in Gujarat since I don't know when. I'm trying to think when was the last time. Possibly 1990.
Even that was Chimanbhai Patel.
Yeah, but it was a mirror crack.
You haven't had for a long time.
And certainly in a two-party state, you expect normally the party with 3 or 4% lead to sweep the state. What we are seeing at the moment is becoming more competitive. To that extent, the India Today Axis poll as of now is proving to be more accurate, because we had predicted a tight contest compared to the Chanakyas. Yes.
Rajdeep, you have to understand one thing.
Yes.
In worst phase also, Congress party's vote share never went below 39 or 35%.
Yeah,
that's correct.
So that difference was only 10%.
But 10% is a huge difference.
No, but Rahul Gandhi had to work only for 5.
Yes.
Even if he gets 5, and by keeping such people in the bandwagon, even if he gets 3% more, 4% more,
it's a close fight.
then he comes in a fight. So that was always there. I know certain pockets, Rajdeep, in Gujarat, Hindus, Janam Jat se they will only vote for Congress. So they always had that vote share in Gujarat.
But you're seeing a trend here.
Yes.
I mean, the Congress has certainly picked up way beyond now.
Importantly, Raj, the important number at the moment is the Congress is now leading in 66. Remember, last time they led in 61. So with 28 seats to go, the Congress is already ahead of what it had got last time.
It could be very close now.
So it could be very close. And what has happened, and I can tell you this, there are about 7 seats in North Gujarat that the Congress gave Alpesh Thakur. And many Congress strategists have been saying this is where we could suffer a blow, because we had sitting Congress, possible Congress candidates who were denied tickets, but Rahul Gandhi decided to reach out to Alpesh Thakur now. That difference of 7 to 10 seats could make all the difference come this afternoon. But we are having what could well be a cliffhanger at the moment. 86 plays 66.
And if you look at this 84 to 68 now, the big leads which are there are much more for where the Congress is leading than where the BJP is leading.
Wow.
The significant leads between the first and the second. In the case of the Congress, it's much more. And that's for our tallies actually are showing the Congress surging because of the margin of the lead.
Shastriji, I was just checking with these kind of numbers that you're seeing, 84. Do you see a dead heat because you got some more coming in here? It could go either way at this time. I mean, it's so close to too close to call.
I think Tom Vadakan must have regained his audio connection.
Okay, let me just hold on to that. Is Tom Vadakan back on the audio? We'll try and go. Yeah, Tom Vadakan. You're looking like a man today who is hoping for the best, and now finally can smile because at least you've crossed 61 seats that you won last time. Now we've got 28 seats more to go. 84 to the BJP, 68 Congress. It still looks like a BJP government, but the Congress at least is saving face, unlike UP as of now. Should that be reason to smile, or is it Jo Jeeta Wo Sikandar? BJP will form a government if these numbers hold come 12 noon today.
Rajdeep, I mentioned this cliffhanger word in my opening remarks.
Yes.
And I still stick to it. And Indian National Congress is forming government in Gujarat. These are figures that are coming in. Just wait for the photo finish. We are forming the government. And that's...
You are forming the government in Gujarat. Tom Vadakan maintains he's forming the government.
I had an audio problem.
Okay, you're forming the government in Gujarat, yes.
84 to 68, this narrowing of the gap, it's all on account of Saurashtra. Because Saurashtra, the Congress leads seem to be just surging ahead, and the BJP is not...
Now, let's also tell our viewers, there were 6 seats in Kutch. The BJP had won 5, the Congress had won 1. In Kutch, the 2 leads that we have, both are with Congress. In Saurashtra, the remaining seats that were there, of the 49 seats, the BJP held 33, the Congress held just 12. Now what it appears is it could be diametrically a reverse of that. Now this would give the Congress within striking distance of 92 if they can hold the rest of Gujarat. Let me tell you that Congress could be within striking distance of 92 if they are able to hold the rest of Gujarat. But the problem for the Congress at the moment is, can they hold central Gujarat and can they make those dents in north? Saurashtra is becoming a Congress race at the moment. Yes.
And if you look at VIP candidates, everybody save Arjun Modwadia is leading, including Alpesh Thakur is leading now.
That's right.
So
And
all the top leaders are leading.
And I will be interested to see how Alpesh's candidates do. Remember, those are interesting. See, now one more interesting seat coming in, and these are the kind of seats the Congress needs to retain. Kapadvanch, last time held by Shankar Singh Waghela, now no longer with the Congress. The Congress is leading. Now Congress needs to retain Kheda. Important constituency district for the Congress is Kheda. They had 5 of the 6 seats in Kheda. If the Congress can retain Kheda, if the Congress can make dents in Dahod, which they had done well last time, this could go to the wire. The key now to go to the wire for the Congress, really, hold your own in central Gujarat. Key for the BJP is don't lose North Gujarat. If the BJP starts losing North Gujarat, I can tell you we could be in for a political earthquake. If the BJP is able to retain North Gujarat, then it is advantage to the BJP. It is now coming down to North Gujarat because South is with the BJP, Saurashtra is with the Congress. I think that's very clear. The BJP is retaining its hold in South Gujarat.
South Gujarat, North Gujarat also BJP seems to be ahead. But the real story is
but remember, North Gujarat also includes Ahmedabad. Includes Ahmedabad. So unless Mehsana Patan, at the moment Nitin Patel, that's the kind of seat I'm looking at. If Nitin Patel starts to trail, he's leading at the moment, then I can tell you the BJP is in serious trouble and this gap could narrow even further.
Rajdeep, the story in Saurashtra Kutch is becoming very interesting, where the BJP does not seem to be increasing the number of leads, whereas the Congress and the others seem to be surging ahead.
Many other and I think
the others we have 2 at the moment.
You can actually now begin to see that there is a huge shift happening. And it's neck and neck in a lot of these places.
A lead which was still only 20 minutes ago, about 30 seats, you're absolutely right, Raj, is now down to 8. And remember, these are with 28 seats to go. And many of these seats are still in Saurashtra. Right. And if this wave of Saurashtra continues to the rest of Gujarat, we could be in for a political earthquake.
You know, one more thing I'll add. When you all finished your exit polls,
yes,
the Gujarat local channels were not giving more than 96 seats to BJP.
I agree. They were saying 96, and most congressmen were saying 80 ke niche hum nahi aayenge. My own belief was Congress was 75, BJP was 105, but that is now appearing increasingly like a race with 95 plus 85.
I had a lengthy conversation with Ashok Gehlot.
Yes.
And Ashok Gehlot kept saying, he's not a man for he's not great with words, yes, but he kept saying, we will form the government. But forget what Gehlot was saying, forget what the pollsters were saying. Just go by this is in line with what the reporters from the ground were saying. This is going to be a much, much closer battle. Rewind, Rajdeep, to the first debate we had on the opinion poll. Yes. And this is what our reporter said. This is what all of us were saying.
Okay, I'm now coming.
I'll add to you. Can we just, yes, Rajdeep, I also spoke to every single Congress leader and they were saying, Sarkar hum bana rahe hain. So I used to ask them, kahan se? Bole Zafar bhai, dekho, Sarkar hum bana rahe hain. And I'm putting credence to what
Ashok in terms of agenda, economic issues dominated the elections.
Yeah, let me for a moment. For all of my friends, there's an election happening in Himachal. At the moment, very clear. Himachal is providing us with the India versus Bangladesh kind of one-day match where India, i.e. BJP is surging ahead 21-11. But Gujarat is turning out to be that kind of match that we really relish as political journalists. The difference is just 8, which means a 4-seat switch can make all the difference with 28 to go. And I keep reiterating, 18-11 in Saurashtra and Kutch. Now, remember, this is with 31 seats in Saurashtra and Kutch, BJP leading in 11, Congress in 18, others in 2, which means there are still 23 seats of Saurashtra and Kutch to come. If the Congress starts taking the lead in those, we could have the Congress edging closer to 90. And if the Congress can hold its own in central Gujarat, I maintain 18 seats. If the Congress can get 15 of those 18, if they can retain, we could be having a political earthquake of the kind this country has not seen in a long time. This could be the day that the Congress has been waiting for if these numbers hold. But I would still hold my horses and say this is going to go to the wire at the moment. I am calming down a bit. Ajit Kumar Jha, whatever happens,
6 seats now.
whatever happens, if this is as close as this, it means clearly that something has changed. Gujarat ki khushbu jo hai,
22 साल का anti-incumbency is working seriously. Economic issues seem to have dominated the polls despite all attempts to derail it with identity issues. Rahul Gandhi clearly emerging as Rahul 2.0 with his tika and with his,
the difference is down to 6 seats.
2 seats. If you include the others, it's just 2 seats.
Who are the others? We need to check.
The others are basically anti-BJP.
No, we need to check who the others are. I'm asking my producer to check the others now. I have included Congress Plus, so JDU, previous allies, I have included in the Congress tally, like Chotu Bhai Wasawa, who's leading at the moment.
Why these exit polls have gone
There
wrong?
are a few independents.
One more thing.
Not yet.
One more thing.
Yes.
No, not. The trend is showing lot of people on camera didn't want to say that हम BJP को वोट नहीं करेंगे. वो एक है.
He's 100% right. Our reporters, one India Today reporter I spoke to, and one of our reporters, and he told me, he says,
जब कैमरा बंद हुआ, I remember one. कैमरा बंद हुआ, तो he said that.
But I just like to.
Central Gujarat again, the Congress is gaining ground.
Let's look at Central Gujarat.
Central Gujarat, the Congress is gaining ground.
14 is playing.
Leading more seats than the BJP in Central Gujarat.
If this is true, and I am going to now very hesitatingly say this, Central Gujarat, we now have leads in 15 of the 40. If out of these 15, the Congress as of now is leading in 9 and the BJP in 6. If Central Gujarat stays this way till 40, and remember, there's the urban-rural split as well, because Vadodara is there, 6 seats in Vadodara, expect BJP to do well. But if this split stays, we could be in for a day to remember, because this is an election which could change the fortunes of the Congress party and really give a strong message to Prime Minister Modi as well. We don't know how it's going to play, but at the moment, 15 seats in Central Gujarat, it's the Congress which is ahead. So the Congress is ahead in Central. In North Gujarat, which is also important, remember, at the moment, this is what the tally is.
BJP is leading.
BJP is leading in 10 to 8. But remember, most of the BJP leads are coming from Ahmedabad, where they traditionally were expected to win.
But Saurashtra Kutch, it's very clearly.
Saurashtra Kutch is becoming now the differentiator. 21 is playing 13. Others are leading in 1. So Saurashtra is where the Congress has narrowed the gap. It's come down to 4. 78 is playing 74. So with every passing minute, and sometimes momentum is what carries you in elections like this, the momentum for now at 9 o'clock this morning is with the Congress. The momentum is with the Congress, even if it appears that the BJP is still the party to beat in Gujarat. Something has changed, Zafar. What has changed in Gujarat in the last 1 year? Was it that district election of 2015 where we should have read the writing on the wall?
Discontent was always there.
Yes.
And first was the agrarian crisis.
Yes.
And there were always also people who were discontented with note bandi.
Yes.
And also with GST.
Yes.
And Gujaratis are very smart. Anything which brings their bank balance down.
Yes.
I'll tell you. वो अपने हमारे यहाँ कहते हैं अपने भाई को
we need to check Surat district. Let's check, since you're talking about bank balance, and maybe Surjit, you want to tell us your theory about GST, since your new book looks at many of these issues. I'm looking at district wise now, and if we can look at Surat.
7:2.
7:2 to the BJP. Now remember, last time it was 16-1. Across the district, and Surat itself city was 12-0. Both the leads for the BJP for the Congress are coming in Surat city, including Baracha, dominated by the Patel community. So Patel anger plus GST anger. Do you believe somewhere there is a message being sent out? I am not getting a share of my sort of benefit in this business growth cycle, and don't interrupt it, for God's sake, whatever happens.
No, look. The economy, it was before the elections. I was on a TV show.
Yes.
And I think Yogendra Yadav brought up this issue. At that time, the CSDS had just come out with their poll saying it was neck to neck.
Yes.
And the entire discussion was on the economy.
Yes.
And as you know, I have always stated, is the economy stupid? It is what determines elections. I've never believed in caste. I've never believed in Patels moving one way or the other. It is the economy. It is very clear. It was clear before, it was clear now, that the economy in Gujarat, in the rest of India, has not been doing very well. We can go through the reasons why it has not been doing very well, but it has not been doing very well.
Right.
This, I think, is a reflection, and the message that will go out. There are a couple of ways, positive messages.
Yes.
One, democracy is about equality, not equality, but a good fight between parties, checks and balances.
And I just want to stop you. I want to stop you. Bhavnagar is a good example of what's happening in this election. The BJP had swept Bhavnagar last time, 6-0. It's 3-3. You see, this is where this election is changing at the moment. Across Saurashtra's districts, swept by the BJP last time, it's becoming tight. And in some places like Amreli, the Congress is pulling ahead. So with every district of Saurashtra, Congress is gaining, BJP is losing. If the Congress is able to retain the central Gujarat districts of Dahod, Kheda, those areas are critical now for the Congress. Yes, Raj, you want to make a point?
Just to add to what, sorry.
Yes,
both these districts.
Yes, as I said, Patan important. Last time 3 seats were to the BJP, 1 was to the Congress. Now, this is where the Hardik factor is playing a role as well. He has put a lot of his political capital in North Gujarat, and maybe the Patel anger. But maybe Patels came in larger numbers and voted. I know Surjit says don't look at caste. I am going to look at caste, but go ahead.
Congress has more leads than the BJP.
This is a shocker. In Vadodara, Congress has more leads than the BJP. Vadodara was swept 7-0 by the BJP. It is now how much? What is it in?
We now have clear leads for 4 seats. It's 3-1.
3-1. Remember, one of them is Chotu Vasava's son, who's contesting from the JDU ticket. But yes, sorry, Raj.
No, not at all. I mean, you can see that there's a major shift, and just looking at what is happening when Ajit Jha talked about anti-incumbency, let's look at 2 other A's that I call it. One, in anger, which you talked when you're seeing those results across the Patidar community, upset with what is happening, the farmers upset with what's going on. And the final point, I think, the third A, which I would call it, is the arrogance, what they call Tanashahi, state power being imposed. You might see that fear in terms of exit polls where people don't want to really reveal what their true mind is. But if you're seeing the trends now, they are neck and neck. I think this will persist right through, and we are going to see.
I'm going to put a hazard a guess. If these results are now holding, I know one Gujarati news channel is now putting Congress 89, BJP 80. And usually regional channels are even faster than national channels. And what they are telling me, one of them has just sent me a message, Rajdeep, central Gujarat is staying with the Congress. It's not pushing towards the BJP. Vadodara was a good example. Kheda was a good example. He's saying, Rajdeep, you are right. Look at Patan. What is happening in Patan?
11-5 is the lead for the Congress.
Hardik, I'll just add.
Yes.
What Hardik was talking, he was not talking of reservation. हम पटेलों के साथ इन्होंने जो गोलियां मारी है. So that Patel pride he was bringing, how dare you could kill 14 Patels? He said, how dare you could put me on sedition? So he was bringing that Patel pride outside.
And that 100 seats.
Rajdeep, if I can add something, if they're saying if it remains 80, 89, there is no guarantee that the Congress will form the government because BJP
we are trying to check. I've asked my correspondent, we should go to our correspondent to check who are the 4 others. Now I know one of the others I'm told is from the NCP, their candidate Jadeja leading from Rajkot, from Porbandar. So there is one lead I know with the NCP at the moment. Jadeja, you know.
Jadeja उसके साथ वो उनके साथ जाएंगे जो हुकूमत बनाएगी.
That's right. Okay, we have a story to tell, sir. 83 is playing 82. This is now going to the wire. This is the kind of election we haven't seen in this country in a long time. 83 is playing 82. It is a tight race of the kind that we haven't seen in this country for a long time.
First time below 50%.
First time the BJP has gone below the 50% mark in Gujarat at the moment since counting began. 81 playing 84. My Gujarati journalists are right. They are predicting a Congress win now. They are saying the Congress will win this election is what Gujarati channels are now reporting. They are claiming their 90 is playing 78 according to their latest numbers. Yes, Javed.
My fear is that if they stop at 89, will they be able to form the government? Because we've seen what happened in Goa, we've seen what happened in other places. They were the single largest party, yet the BJP trumped them in forming the government.
Somebody SMS me, Rajdeep.
It's a moral victory, even if Javed is right, even if Javed is right, It's a total moral
The third
victory.
scenario,
The
somebody
realignment is...
The
send me
problem
on a
is that
WhatsApp.
happening is small.
Radhip,
Given the trend,
Somebody
the problem
gave
is that
me
happening is very small.
a third scenario
So
Yes.
it'll be
that Congress getting majority and BJP forming the government.
Yeah, because
481
this is
for
not
us.
a reflection on the
Okay,
Congress.
guys,
Then-
let's not run ahead of ourselves. Let's just look at the numbers, because as I said, there is still some time to go. This is it could well be a 95-90 situation. Yes.
Rajan, the other thing what is happening,
Yes.
what from this data, is that the margins this time are going to be very, very close, which means that can really swing one way or the
You
other.
see, I'll give you an
Plus
example
10
of how
seats
it's
or so.
happening.
Yeah.
At the moment in Saurashtra Kutch, where it appeared the Congress was sweeping, it's now 21-18. So it's tightening in Saurashtra as well.
But
So
in Central Gujarat,
but
it's
Central
12
Gujarat
5.
is telling a story which has shocked me personally as someone who's
5
tracked
to
this
BJP,
state.
12 to
5 to BJP, 12 to the Congress. Now remember, Central was
That is shocking.
was a traditional Congress bastion. The great
Back
leaders
to
of the
the-
Congress
Once upon
came.
a time, but
Once
then it
upon a
was
time,
taken
long
by
time
BJP.
ago, long before when my grandfather was the DG of
Chiman Bhai
police in
Patel.
Gujarat in the 1960s, 70s, he would tell me, Madhya Gujarat always with Congress. From the days of Chiman Bhai Patel and go back to those days, that was the Congress's old bastion. The land of Sardar was Central Gujarat after all. And that's where the
Kheda,
Congress grew.
Anand was
Kheda and
Andolan.
Anand. But with defections and a sense that the Congress was weakening, the BJP's growing presence in Adivasi belts, and of course Baroda seats. I don't know whether Baroda will stay this way come the evening. I'll be very surprised. But if this stays, then the Congress really has a chance. The BJP, how does the BJP now look at this election? The BJP needs to ensure that their sweep in the urban seats is not gone. Look at Rajkot. It's 3-3 there. Rajkot was swept by the BJP. Only one seat went last time to the Congress. It's 3-3 there. Surat swept by the BJP last time. Congress has won 2 seats there. Ahmedabad, BJP is still comfortably ahead. But in Vadodara, the Congress is leading 4-1. So you've got a situation now where even in the urban bastions, the Congress is making some gains. So if you retain your rural strongholds in North and Central and start making gains in urban Gujarat, then you have an election of the kind that we are seeing at the moment, where 81 is playing 84 and the Congress is now 8 seats away from capturing power in Gujarat for the first time in 22 years, if these leads hold. I put it, it's a big if. I think Surjit made a great point there. The leads are small. It's not as if there are massive leads, but in another hour, if this stays this way, I think it will be advantage to the Congress. But Javed, you made the point. You believe that the BJP will try to make a government like in Goa, even if they are not the #1 party.
Yes.
Is that what you're saying?
Yes, that's precisely what I'm saying. I fear that the BJP will try and attempt what they did in Goa and in Manipur. They may, even if they are not single largest, they will try and cobble up a government. There's one NCP MLA, Zafar Saab will throw more light on him. I do not know which way he will go.
No, the other NCP MLA will go with Congress, but this gentleman,
Yes.
he goes with whoever is in power.
Let's
Yeah, no,
compare,
that's
Rajiv.
true. But that's true. Let's look at it this way. If it boils to 1 or 2 MLAs, yes. But otherwise, you would expect normally the party with the single largest, once you cross 92.
No, it's not possible in Gujarat because others are only 4.
That's right. So 92 is the magic number. Once you reach
You don't have
92,
And
independence.
others have
much in
AAP
Gujarat.
and others
Not
have other
that's right.
parties.
So the others are independents. I'm told at least one of them is a BJP rebel. 2 of them are Congress rebels. So I think at the moment it appears that we should look at that scenario only once the final numbers come out. But 85 is playing 80.
Compare
and
it
the
to
rate,
2012,
I'm going to go to my
Rajiv.
reporters to get a sense on the ground. At the Congress headquarters, in particular in Ahmedabad, remember, the Congress has been out of power in Gujarat for over 2 decades, both at the party headquarters here in Delhi and what we are seeing on the ground in Gujarat. There are clear signs of possibilities that the Congress is seeing that they perhaps could have scarcely imagined even 6 months ago. Do you really believe the Congress believed they could win this election? Javed, you've been tracking the Congress longer. Did they really believe it?
Yeah, there was cautious optimism. Every Congress leader that I spoke to, nobody said we're losing.
Yes.
They didn't say we're going to win 110 or 105, but they said we will form the government, we'll get past that magic figure. Hard to believe because this is what most parties, no party is saying that they will lose. But more than what the Congress was saying, I would go by what the reporters on the ground say. 90% of the reporters who had been to Gujarat at any point of time kept saying this is a much, much closer election than what you are predicting, than what the exit polls are saying. In fact, one reporter, I will not name him, he sent me an SMS, he's saying it requires for a pollster to predict that BJP is not going to win requires an 112-inch casino in today's times. It's perhaps also a reflection in the times.
Let me for a moment go to Sanjay Jha of the Congress. Sanjay Jha, the Congress has had very little to smile about in the last 3 years. This could be the moment that you've been waiting for. At the moment though, it's tight. I am presuming though that the Congress can only form a government if you reach that magical number of 92. Are you going to see any number below 92 as enough reason for you to celebrate, or are you looking now at a clear victory?
Rajdeep, to be very honest, when you contest an election, you contest to win, not just be a player. And in politics, as you know, there is no runner-up trophy. So we have to win the election. I maintained it. And I firstly want to congratulate your opinion poll, because at least you were closest to the target, even if you're not really where it is indicating in the trends today. But end of day, even, I remember when we were discussing the exit poll on your channel, we got reassured because a local Gujarat team always kept a very cool, calm demeanor, and they maintained that they were not convinced that ultimately the results will turn out as all the exit polls said. So I'm not going to yet, kind of make any big, tall statement. This is an election, as I think all the panelists have said. There will be a lot of seats that could actually switch hands at very minor margins. But, one thing is evident, that across Gujarat, from so far from what I'm seeing, there is a call for change. In some areas, BJP dominated, perhaps not so, openly being exhibited, but overall there is a call that there was unhappiness, and maybe that is beginning to manifest itself. But I'm not going to make any tall statements till the final results are in. But so far, so good. We are not complaining at all.
So far, so good is what Sanjay Jha is saying at the moment. Any big picture that we are getting at the moment? I look at it district by district at the moment. I'm going through Jamnagar, Amreli, Surendranagar, all these districts. Guys, I'm showing a 50-50 race in all of them. 3 to the BJP in Jamnagar, 3 to the Congress, 3 to BJP, 3 to Congress, which is why these numbers are as tight as this. Now, the balance 15 seats, if they come from urban Gujarat, could take the BJP to victory. If the balance come from the Congress, it's advantage the other side. So it's becoming as close and tight as that, Sandeep.
I think the real story is now coming up in central Gujarat, where the leads of the Congress are much more than the leads of the BJP.
Right.
The Congress seems to be doing well in South Gujarat also, but then the BJP has much larger leads there.
Yes.
I think, Rajdeep, at the end of the day, central Gujarat is going to be the one which will decide which of these two actually gets closer to
Yes, because even in central Gujarat, it's tightening, and that represents this tight context. I would say, don't be surprised if we have an election of the kind that we've never seen in this country, where both sides end up with 91. What happens if an election where both sides end with 91? We haven't seen that happen in the history
of the coin.
The toss of the coin. Look, at the moment, it's
as Javed said, then the two others will decide the election.
That's right. So the two others, independents, one at the moment who's leading is in Porbandar, Mr. Jadeja, the son of Santokh Ben, the late Dawn of Porbandar, as she was called. She is from the NCP. 82 is playing 84. Which means that with 14 leads to go, and those leads are some of them coming in places like Ahmedabad. So the BJP has every reason to still believe that they will be 95 and the Congress will be 85. Now the Gujarat Chief Minister Vijay Rupani is trailing. That's the other big story coming in. Vijay Rupani is trailing. And that sometimes is an indication of which way the wind is blowing. Remember, because this is a seat, Rajkot West, which the BJP has never lost since 1985. Now, when you start losing seats, and I keep repeating, there are 58 seats in Gujarat that the BJP has never lost since 1995. Now, some of those seats, like in Amreli, the BJP is losing this time, like in Patan. But when the Chief Minister also starts losing, then you are in serious trouble.
Jitu Vagani is trailing.
Jitu Vagani trailing, the Patel leader. The BJP state president is now trailing. So the gap is 83 plays 84. It's getting tight because the leads are tight. And maybe the Congress could pay a price, maybe for some of their candidate selection in North Gujarat. North Gujarat is where the Congress is not making the kind of gains that they might have hoped. But in central Gujarat, the Congress and the BJP level pegging. Congress slightly ahead in Saurashtra, the BJP ahead in South Gujarat. Put that picture together and it's 83 plays 84. The marginal seats, 35 seats last time. The gap was 5,000 and less. The BJP held 23 of them, the Congress 12. Those 35 marginal seats could make all the difference. It's going to the wire.
Also, North Gujarat, the Congress and BJP are more or less having an equal number of seat leads there. So North Gujarat, which saw greater BJP leads, now actually it's more or less equal between the Congress and the BJP.
Thanks for watching the video. For more such news and updates, please like, share and subscribe to India Today. Also check out our other great videos from our channel. We know you will love to.